Peace and blessings, y'all. What is going on? It is yours, the one and only yours truly, KiMu JTD, and you have now tuned into another episode where we are going to tap into you and get all of that potential that you have inside of you and start moving and propelling your life forward into the direction of your dreams and your goals. So if that is something that you want to get tuned into every single day, every single week, make sure you go ahead and you hit that subscribe button so you get notified every single time that yours truly drops another video. All right, so we're about to get into it, and in this week's episode we are going to talk about staying motivated. I have dealt with this myself. I'm sure you've dealt with this, and staying motivated really comes from a space where we don't even know what to do to move forward. In this episode, I'm going to give you those things that I've used to make sure I stay motivated, to make sure I stay moving in the direction of my goals, in the direction of my dreams, whether they are short-term, mid-term, or long-term. Regardless, I'm moving in the direction of where I want my life to be and who I want to be, which is key at the end of my time in this body on this earth. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into tip number one, which is key, and that is having a vision. If you do not have a vision, I guarantee you are lost because you have no sight of where you're going. And I'm not talking about with these two eyes. I'm talking about with your inner eye. See, it's hard to navigate this earth when you have no idea where you're going, where you have no finish lines, where you have no milestones. And maybe the milestones are so small that you're constantly creating new milestones. And you're probably getting tired of it because it's not aligning with you. It's just like these little short-term spurts in life where it's just like, oh, I know I could get that. Let me make that a milestone. Let me make that a goal. But the vision is you creating a life for yourself, so that way you know that at the end of your life you can say, I did this, and this, and I am who I am because I decided to watch KiMu JTD's videos every single day, so that way I can continue to propel myself in the direction of my dreams. See how I did that? But anyway, seriously, go watch my video on creating a vision, because that is going to help you get your life shaped and molded and not have you all over the place dipping and dabbing into things that really don't align with you. Because at the end, one of the worst feelings for me is getting into something that I didn't even align with. Like, it was cool, but I wasn't aligned with it from the start. So make sure that we are creating a vision. Step number two, I always ask, how can I when I'm not feeling motivated? There are plenty of days that I may not feel motivated to record a video, to do anything that is going to move my life in the direction that I want it to go in. But what do? When I feel like, when I know there's something that I can do, and I know that I am here to help other people, that is another thing that really motivates me personally, is I'm here to help you. But how can I make sure that I get this done? How can I make sure, what can I do to make sure that I am completing this goal by the end of the week? How can I? When you ask yourself that, literally, what are you doing? You're literally activating your brain to start to solve a problem, because your brain innately, like, that is your brain's job, is to solve problems. If you haven't realized it, I mean, since you were born, you've been looking at how your brain has been figuring out how to solve a problem. You wanted to walk, your brain started to figure out, okay, how can we solve this problem, this desire that I have to walk and move around like everybody else, because I'm way too slow. I keep getting left behind. Your brain is going to want to solve a problem. But what most people end up doing is they end up telling themselves, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. And when you start to continuously tell yourself, I can't, guess what? You start to believe it. And once you start to believe it, your body is going to start to move according to what you are saying. Your voice is nothing but that bridge between your spirit and your the physical nature of yourself and everybody else around you. So if you truly do believe that you can't do something, guess what? Your body's going to respond accordingly because you keep telling it that you can't do something. But when you start to ask yourself, how can I do this? What can I do to make sure I get this accomplished? Your body's going to start to move accordingly. And I know this based off of experience because there are days, like I said previously, where I may not feel like creating content. So what do? How can I make sure that I do something that is aligned with helping the people that I'm out here to serve? It may literally just be creating a script for a video. It may just be creating tags and keywords for the video. It may just be creating the title in the tagline. It may just literally be doing all of the soft stuff that I need to do to get this video out. It may even just be adding content to my schedule. It could literally be that small. Hey, I just helped somebody with this. Let me put this on a content calendar. Somebody just asked me to create a video about this. Let me put this in a content calendar. It gets things started. Once you get started, you've already started building momentum. You've already broken that bridge and that barrier that has been holding you back. That you've broken over that hurdle of I can't, and you've tapped into the pool of possibility. Did you hit that subscribe button yet? No? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that good old bell so that way you get notified every single time I drop a video for you. All right, let's get back to the video. The third tip is do small tasks. I've done small tasks. That's sometimes how I get started. Like I said in the last tip is sometimes you really need to just get yourself moving in a direction where you are where you just need to get moving. How do you get moving? Sometimes it's literally taking that one step. Yes, I am one person who is avid about 1% a day. That's all I need. I just need 1% a day because 1% is literally more than I had yesterday. 1% is more than I had in the moment that I was just in. So what am I doing? I'm focusing on small tasks. If I want to if I wanted to create a workout regimen, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a small task. I'm just going to focus on making sure I work out that day, right? If I want to pump out a certain amount of videos, maybe it's 10 videos in a week, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do a small task if I'm not feeling motivated. And that task, like I said, literally could be adding a specific piece of content to my content calendar. It could literally be me coming up with the title and tagline for my video. It could literally be just me taking a picture for the video. All I need to do is do one small thing. And that one small thing is going to help get us moving because guess what? It's that one small space. And that's going to get us into tip number 4, which is all you need to do is show up. Showing up is actually 90% of the battle if you didn't know. Think about it. If you show up to class, you're already there. You're already in the environment and now your brain has associated that environment with what you need to do. If you say, oh, I want to work out today. I don't feel like working out. Let me just get to the gym. Once you get to the gym, you're least likely going to say, I'm going back home. Nah, you're already there, so you might as well get a workout in. And that workout may literally just be, hey, I might just, like for me, I'm just going to go play basketball. Doing something small, doing something that I like. You just need to show up. Just show up for yourself. Me, when it comes to creating content, I don't feel like creating content. Guess what? All I need to do is show up. Maybe showing up is looking like me just sitting at my desk in my creation space. Maybe me showing up is literally just me getting into my spreadsheet and then just looking at my content. I showed up. And now that I've showed up, my brain is saying, all right, well, we already here. Let's do something. So show up. That's all you got to do for yourself. Show up. Once you show up, once you're there, you're going to get to moving. Your brain's going to start moving, and your brain's going to say, okay, your brain's going to associate this environment that you're in, this headspace that you have created for yourself, and say, okay, let's get something done. The brain is actually very easy to figure out, to conquer, to make work for you once you actually know how it works. So let's move on to the next step. So in the fifth step, it's going to be really important that you know when to rest. Knowing when to rest is probably one of the most important things. If you're a person who works out, and this is something interesting that I see pretty often, is people like in the gym, people try to go work out every single day, and they'll think that, oh, if I work out more, I'm going to get more muscle. And actually working out more ends up stunning your progress. And it's the same thing with with staying motivated. You have to know when to rest. If you don't rest, your body will take over, and it will tell you when to rest. Your body can only do so much. Once it reaches its limit, you're just going to shut down. I've been there. I've done it. I've realized, how long do I have to run on 100 before I burn out? And what I realized about myself is that I have 20 days of running at 100% before my body shuts down. And the unfortunate part about me burning out is it takes 3 days to recover from the burnout. And what that looks like is literally, I'm just not doing anything. I'm doing absolutely nothing but eating, going to the bathroom. That's it. But how do I stop doing that? I understand, you need to rest. So I incorporate rest periods throughout my day, throughout my week, throughout my month. And also I get in tune with my cycles, which I made another video about. Making sure that you're in tune with how your body moves instead of moving against your body is going to be very important. It's going to be very important that you understand, this is a rest period for me. Whatever rest looks like. And actually, understanding your season is going to be really important, because that's going to go into how you rest. Just resting is going to help replenish your brain, your mind, your body, your spirit. You're pouring back into yourself, so that way you can continue to move forward. I know a lot of times we see on Instagram and all these social media platforms that they're like, you gotta keep going, grind, hustle, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, I guarantee you that along their journey, they took rest. They may have taken a moment where it's just like, okay, like let me just relax and replenish myself, because I'm pouring from an empty cup. If you can't service people if you're pouring from an empty cup. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work, and you're not going to be able to produce and show up at 100%. So make sure that you rest. Last tip number 6. Tip number 6 is going to be in regards to you understanding and remembering that you're not going to be in this space forever. I know that the circumstances that you're in could seem pretty daunting, especially if you feel like you've been in them for a long time. But if you plan on living a long life, that situation is incomparable to the entire span of your lifetime. If you've been, let's just say you're 30 years old and you plan on living till you're 80 years old, well, guess what? These last 5 years where you feel like you've got nothing accomplished, you've done nothing with your life, or whatever the case may be, it's 5 years out of 70. You got 40 more years. Remember, you're not going to be here forever. Hey, you're tapping into this channel. There's no way that you can be here forever. So all we have to do is we got to just remember, this is just a period in my life. This is just a session in my life. This is literally the equivalent of 1 second in my entire life. A single moment. And guess what? I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of it. And what do we do when we get out of it? We're going to move forward. once you're tapping into yourself, this is what this channel is for. Once you're tapping into yourself continuously, making sure that you remember that I'm not going to be here forever. This is just a moment. This is just part of the process. Understand that this is just part of the process. When you actually remember that you're not going to be here forever and that it's just part of the process, it's part of your growth, it changes your entire mindset. Because now you're just like, okay, like I'm feeling like this. This is kind of what it is. But guess what? Tomorrow, it could be something completely different. I could feel completely different. Next week, my circumstances could be completely different because I have a different level of knowledge. I have knowledge that I can apply, and now I will be able to obtain wisdom from the knowledge that I've applied. So make sure that you remember that you're not going to be here forever, and you show gratitude for whatever it is that you're going through, because showing that gratitude is going to change your perspective and is going to allow you to respect and honor the process that you're going through every single time you're going through it, every single day, every single moment, whether it's a up or it's a down moment. Thank you once again for tuning into another episode with yours, the one and only, yours truly, KiMu JTD. I am so happy that you tuned in today. I'm so happy that I was able to talk to you. Make sure you hit that like button if you like the content today. Make sure you also go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get notified, and the bell, subscribe and bell. So that way you get notified every single time that I drop a video. I drop one every day, hint, hint. Also, please do me a favor and comment below and share this video with people that you want to see win. And if you are interested in getting some Ankh Living gear, make sure you follow the link below. I look forward to talking to you next week. Peace.